All right, blue-black artifacts. Basically, Karn and Tezzeret are kind of like a power couple, and they feel very good together, so we're going to try and find the flavors where they feel good together. One of the things we leaned on the other night was that treasure map is basically 4 artifacts all on its own, once it makes clues, which makes Karn very good, and enables Tezz to draw a lot of cards, so we've kind of put it in here with a bunch of other mostly reasonable control cards. I think Phyrexian Scriptures is quite fantastic. Not only does this card clean the board up in the mid-range matchups, but against green black it exiles the graveyard, which is meaningful text as well, and it doesn't kill our Karn tokens or our Tezzeret Thopters. So we've got a couple of Thief of Sanities in the sideboard, and then some counter spells and removal spells and stuff like that to round out for the various matchups. Let's hop on in here and see how we played. We played a blue-red iteration and a blue-black iteration the other night. The blue-black felt better, so just run this one back and see how it goes. Someone asked, how do you buy wild cards? Oh, every so many booster packs you buy, you're guaranteed to get wild cards. So basically every 6 packs you open, you get a rare wild card. Seems good. Turn 2, Thought Erasure. Turn 3, Treasure Map Scribe. Yeah, you can also just open them, but you get guaranteed wild cards in a ratio to the packs that you open. Thief of Sanity is for every mid-range and control matchup. I think Treasure Map's just a very good card in general. Speaking of good cards, that hand's pretty great. This is probably just taking Find. This is like, the rest of these are creatures, and they're going to be able to get them back regardless, and I am in for a land, so let me up. You don't like Silent Gravestone on the board? No, with 4 Phyrexian Scriptures, I think you don't really need Gravestone. I mean, this is news of sort. Yeah, I want to try some copies of Price of Fame, Big Kitty fan. Price of Fame lines up well against Niv, and it lines up well against like the White Angel decks. There's a view battlefield button in the upper right hand corner of the screen. On my overlay, it'll be behind my picture. There's a lot of Golgari in the format. Looking for a Phyrexian Scriptures at this point, so let's go ahead and bottom that. Take a hit for 4 here. I'm gonna go ahead and do... So... do I want to field them and shuffle the second Carnage Siren away? As with most things Gabriel paints, there isn't just like a shortcut answer to that. The question is always, it depends. There's a lot of context based on how their cards are lining up into your cards. There isn't just a strict always do this, never do this that I can give you. If we don't find a Scriptures here soon, we're just gonna get run over. This is one of the reasons why the green black deck is so good, right? Like it's able to like have these aggressive draws, but like it also grinds into the mid to late game thanks to things like Find Finality and Vivian Reed. It's probably lights out at this point.
One said restoration was
painless. All right. Dead. Yeah, we played the do nothing iteration of Jeskai, and it felt really clunky. I don't know, I'm a fan of killing people. I hate having to sit there and do nothing for forever. Yeah, we started with Sinister Sabotage in the blue-black operative deck, and then eventually we moved away from it because it just like creates awkward moments like we're having with the Sultai deck where like you can't tap out for things. I probably want Disdainful Stroke. It's just like, there's just so many different situations. Like, if you posted some board states, Gabriel Paints, maybe in the subs Discord, we could discuss them and like give feedback on specific situations, but I can't really just give generic feedback because it would just put you into bad, like, always do this, never do this type situations, I think. I want Disdainful Strokes in this matchup. Don't know exactly what I want to cut. They're not a Suns deck, so I can probably trim these discoveries. I think that's probably fine. Yeah, I saw that, Zaka. There's also, there's a blue-white build that someone else added to the queue as well. Seems very reasonable. YouTube VODs are a good suggestion, too. Watch how I react to different situations. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take Jade Light here. And then I'm in for a 4th land for sure. Details how to get into the sub Discord are there. Most importantly, note that you need to be doing it from your desktop computer. Can't do it from your mobile. It's a big angry dino. I think I'm gonna take Vraska here. Like, I've got 4 copies of Scriptures in my deck right now, so I think I'm fine leaving them with the Stompy Roar. I'm gonna go ahead and play Karn and plus him here. Because remember, things that this Karn exiles, future Karns can draw. So like, even if they trophy this, that's okay with me. Deal. In. No, I think because I have the other Karn in my hand, I'm pretty happy to just go ahead and plus him there. Yep, yeah, once you join the server, you can access it from everywhere. It's just Discord's interface only supports joining a sub server from your desktop. Do I want a Karn plus map here? I since I drew another map, do I just like map? Like, gets my maps going very quickly. I think I want to just map, right? Like, they only have a 2-1 in play. I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map. I'm actually just gonna leave that there. Like, I know I have one in hand, but like, I think it's pretty valuable to like leave that on top. It's kind of funny. Now, I think treasure maps are just like a constructed playable card in general. Honestly, I think it's very possible too that like there's just a straight like blue-black control deck, or like honestly just some sort of control shell that's just like treasure map plus Karn and like no other artifacts. So this is where Karn plus map really looks powerful, because like Karn's gonna make us 7/7 this turn. And like there's my Scriptures, like, there you go. So even if they have an answer to Scriptures here, like I have an 8/8 and I'm like gonna have an 8/8 and a 9/9 next turn, and like this Karn's just gonna go down, down, and then next turn I'm gonna play this one and go down as well. So it's like, sure, you can kill my Scriptures here, but like then like you have to beat my 8/8 still.
My mission is that I make my own decisions.
Sure.
You won't be needing that.
If they have a removal spell here as well, that's a little rough. So that means we're gonna lose Karn. But I do get to Contempt plus play another card next turn, so like, wait, are these just attacking me? Yes? You know I have a Vraska's Contempt. And you know I have another Karn.
I have raised word. Our actions determine the course. Some solutions must be built.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. All right. Yeah, I don't know if this is it, but there is a 4 treasure map for Karn deck like somewhere in this format. I don't know, and like it's gonna be interesting to find, right? Because like who knows what other colors get surrounded with this? Because like both of these are colorless, obviously. But like these two together, they're two good flavors that they taste great together. What's going on, Snargle? Alright, so long as we don't get Maelstrom Pulse, we should be pretty okay here. Oh no, chat! They've played all basic lands! My plan was fixing with my Field of Ruin. Black source, black source, black source. Oh no! Oh no! Why do you have basic lands, opponent? Yeah, I'm gonna cycle a Fountain here. The problem is that, like, they're gonna have mana to play Vivian Reed next turn. So, like, even if I stick the Thief here, they're gonna, like, be able to do that. His hand was speculative on them having a thing or us drawing a thing, so we didn't. We're dead. That's how the cookie crumbles sometime. How are you doing, folks? Good morning. Welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. Welcome to my channel. We stream pretty much nothing but constructed Magic on this channel. We play a ton of Standard here on Arena. I also play a ton of Modern on Magic Online. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full time. I love doing what I do, but I wouldn't be here day in and day out for the 30, 40, 50 hours a week that I'm in without the support of my subs. They're quite literally the folks that keep me employed. By subscribing, you can also support myself by checking out some of my really awesome sponsors. Harry's Razors would like to help you get that nice, close, clean shave using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/HoogleShave. You can save $5 on your brand new starter kit with them. That starter kit is as little as $3 with shipping. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn your cards into other cards directly to the players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. inkedgaming.com. I'd love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of great artwork they have on their website. You can find some of my own stuff up on there with like my Jester logo and our message deleted playmat. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Huglandia. Thanks for dropping into our little slice of the internet here today. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for dropping by my channel. If you are new and enjoying what you do, at the very least, make sure you hit that follow button. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live and with what. We've been live for about an hour today. I'm planning to go for 6, 7, maybe 8 hours. So we'll see where we end up at. Sometimes you hit the 1%er, you know? And we did keep kind of a speculative hand, right? So, gosh, if just any of these maps were like a second land, this hand would be so good. Unfortunately, they are not. It is not. So we'll try again at 6. Keep this, be greedy. The problem is that, like, the problem with a hand like that is the way I evaluate risk to reward with hands like that is if my opponent's playing an aggressive deck and I keep that hand, there's a chance that, like, even if we hit lands, we still die because we just don't have things that impact the board. Yeah, the kids are still sick, and if you're not new to my content, you'll probably notice that I sound a little congested as well because tiny plague carriers basically bring the plague home for everybody. So the kids are home again today. Hey, Jesserel, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Fluid Factory is an apt descriptor. I think I'm just gonna pass for now. Like next turns, possibly their Teferi turns. So if they Teferi, I want to Vraska's Contempt it. Don't die, Jeff. I'm selfish and want to watch more standard. I'm gonna be here, Zach. Don't worry. I know how I feel when I need to stop. So while I'm a little nasally at the moment, my energy levels are good. So I'm gonna be here for a while. Play my compass out. Yeah, and the fact that like they opted main phase there, so like they're digging for lands here basically. It's possible I should have waited on the compass till I had 6 lands because like my opponent's obviously so desperate to counter things that it's possible if I wait until 6 mana I could play compass plus something else in the same turn. All right, don't Negate me or Disdainful Stroke me. Some of these decks have been greedy and having main deck Disdainful Strokes. Yep. And seeing how their hands played out here makes sense why they've been so aggressively countering, right? Like they have a lot of counter spells. Yep. Yep. Compass is the one that eventually turns into Maze. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and try and stick Scriptures here. It means we take a hit next turn, but I would like to go ahead and like get some value out of this. Like my opponent's deck likely doesn't have that many creatures in it, so Scriptures is probably not going to get much better than like take 5 then kill your thing. I really like that these mid-range decks or these control decks have adopted Crackling Drake and the Phoenix. Just like I like that they can actually like close the game out. So Drake actually checks the exile, so it doesn't really matter from that perspective. Do you know what decks just made the finals of a Grand Prix, Jensen? Mono red, mono blue tempo. Do you know why those decks likely made the finals of that Grand Prix? Because people are greedy and shoving a bunch of Disdainful Strokes in their main deck.
I'll make use of that later.
Wow, they gave me... I guess they have Escanta in play. I mean, Karn's gonna down tick and get me this field of your next turn anyways, right? I might be wearing my owl costume for Halloween anyways. So maybe if chat is really good today and tomorrow morning, I will leave my owl costume on for tomorrow night stream when I come back to do Magic Arena tomorrow night. We can't be bad if we're quiet. That's just good, clean logic right there. I wonder what they have here. So they have Azcanta with 4 mana up, which means if I Field of Rune them, they're gonna have 2 mana left after activating Azcanta. So there's nothing wrong with enjoying what you're doing, Majik. In fact, that's the reason to play Magic, because you're enjoying what you're doing. The best reason to play.
Your patience is rewarded.
Your patience is rewarded. So I think I want to play Vraska's Contempt first here, because this makes them have the counterspell in their hand already. If they don't have the counterspell, they can't Azcanta to find it. So the reason why we want to Contempt before I Field of Rune is because if I Field of Rune them here, they'd be able to Azcanta for a Disdainful Stroke or a Negate and cast the Disdainful Stroke or Negate here. The fact that Karn hasn't died here is very, very good for us. So now I'm going to go ahead and field this Azcanta here. So Jeff, with the new Twitch announcement where you can see how many timeouts people have in chat, will there be a leaderboard here? That's a good question. I feel like there probably should be. We'll see what Big Tef wants to do here. He might just start going up. What a perfect time to remind everyone about the pump command. Oh no, not again. Thank you for the 9-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Guess I better start stacking my stats. I feel like infinite people are about to time themselves out. Oh no, it's just a slaughter. Oh no. Do I still play Modern? Yeah, we played Modern all day yesterday. Every Monday and Wednesdays we will still be playing Modern on this stream. I don't have anything in Exile, so I guess I'm gonna go up on Karn here.
A curious choice.
Ooh, that's pretty good. So I'm gonna lead on the treasure map because I feel like treasure map's a card that my opponent could potentially want to counterspell. And then even if they don't counterspell this, I'm definitely contempting the Teferi here. So this is a small sequencing thing, but I want to play my Vraska's Contempt during my opponent's upkeep step here. And the reason for this is because if my opponent has a counterspell in their hand, they'll now have to use their mana on their turn, which will make them less resource efficient overall. So they did get to sabotage me here, but it means that these 3 lands are tapped now instead of being tapped on my turn and then untapped on their following turn cycle. So we didn't want them to have a counterspell there, but we were able to minimize the impact or make them slightly less resource efficient when they were using it. It might not matter here because of how many lands they have, but it could end up choking them, especially if they were to draw something like Expansion Explosion that they wanted to cast this turn. So like in the event they have, you know, their Fireball, they're 2 behind where they would otherwise be. I'm gonna put a stop on my upkeep here and scry with the treasure map again. Alright, straw Tezzeret here. Alright, that just resolved.
I have constructed your doom.
So Part of me really wants to start making Thopters to pressure this Teferi, but this is game 1, and the fact that this is game 1 means that my opponent likely has a bunch of removal left in their deck still. So I'd rather not make a Thopter and turn on their otherwise dead removal spells. I'm gonna hold on to this Thought Erasure for a turn, because ideally I would like to play my discard spell to check for a counter the turn before I play a card that I need to resolve. So next turn, I'm going to get to flip this treasure map and make some treasures, which will then allow Tezzeret here, sorry, to draw 2 cards in a turn, which will be great. This is about to be a large explosion. I think we're about to experience a large explosion. We're not, God bless. Large explosion would have been real bad for us there. I'm going to bottom that. Looking for another Vraska's Contempt.
Comes easily to me.
Alright, so let's Erasure here. Yeah, remember when I said they probably had a lot of sweepers? Alright, so I'm gonna take Star of Extinction here, I think. Do I want to just send their thing back to their hand here? I think I do probably, right? Oh, I should Dispersal into Erasure. Yeah, that's a very good suggestion. That is a much better play. I'm gonna go ahead and do this anyways now. But yeah, that was a much better line. I just want to keep the Teferi from ulting, basically. Would have been able to take the Teferi out of their hand, which would have been ideal. It's an A+ suggestion. Yep.
I know my responsibility.
That's true. That's true. We would have lost both of our walkers. But, like, I have 2 Karns in my hand, so I think losing both of my walkers there to that would be fine. Because I have Karns and, like, I have Treasure Cove going. I might start down ticking here on the Karn.
Let's see how you respond to genius.
Yeah, so Karn tokens are going to stack up, like, really quickly here, right? Like, I'm going to get to go Construct, and the next turn we'll go Construct, and the following turn we'll go Construct, Karn, another Construct. Just, like, get the board going really nicely here. Oh, that's true. Yeah, they would have blown up Treasure Cove, because Star blows up Treasure Cove. That's a fair. No, MTGA keeps the cards that you know about in their hand revealed, but it doesn't show you the order. Like, I can sit here and shuffle the cards in my hand. It's not like Hearthstone where you can track what they drew what turns. All right, so they hit a Chemist's Insight here, which means they're gonna have a lot of gas going on. It's the same game we killed a Crackling Drake on 5. It is. It's been going a while. That's a little scary. Now they're gonna be able to. Now their Clarion kills my construct. Please stop. Stop hitting him. He's dead. He asked so nicely. He said, please, chat, why are you being so mean to him? All right, so do I draw a card with this treasure trove here? I think I'm supposed to. Oh, Karn asked you to please stop. Karn asked you to stop so nicely. Why you have to be so mean? Karn's trying his best to get by in this cruel, hard world. You're just destroying him.
You are only hurting yourself.
Listen to him. You're only hurting yourself. We're super dead here, right?
I battle for the forces of good. Awaken!
I don't know, like this is game one, Tom. They definitely have like infinite sweepers in their deck right now.
I know what must be done.
I guess if they're on Star of Extinction in the main, they don't have Cleansing Nova. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess they usually don't have Cleansing Nova if they're on Star of Extinction based on the lists that have been successful at the Grand Prix. So maybe that's a giveaway that I should have extended into making a bunch of card constructs last turn.
Please stop.
Please stop! You're killing him, Niv! Why? You're a monster! We should discuss our differences. He's trying to reason with you, Niv. Why must you murder him? They might jump block here, since Scriptures is threatening to kill this next turn anyways.
Do you want me to phase you out of time?
Do you want me to? I love the Planeswalkers are so lippy. It's great.
I am Karn. There is great power in the things we do.
Should I cast Erasure now? It makes all my tokens one smaller. Like Erasure draws them a card, but it's probably worth doing, right? Yeah, I think you're right that I should Erasure here. I am dead to Explosion. That's true. Yeah, this is a good one to cast. Oh no, not the syncopate for 0. Can I not see how many cards are in their deck when... Oh, 17. Wow, their hand's kind of bad, huh? It's like take Deafening Clarion here. No, I have Scriptures on 1, chat. I have Scriptures on 1 next turn. It's gonna go to 2 and kill everything. Am I dead to the Chemist's Insights? I might be dead to the Chemist's Insights now that I'm counting. The Chemist's Insight, I think I'm dead actually. Yeah, I'm actually dead, and I couldn't have done anything about it because they could have cast triples insight regardless. They have 2 more in the bin. Yeah, they actually just get to go. Each insight is 3, and I'm at 14. Oh, the Moment of Craving keeps me alive. Does the Moment of Craving keep me alive? Ah, the Craving kept me alive. Ah, the Craving would have kept me alive. All right, onward, upward, backward, forward. I would like to remind everybody that might be new in chat that spamming punt in this chat gets you timed out. So that is a friendly warning that if you didn't read the stream rules when you came in, that's one of the rules in there that you might have clicked past. So you've been warned. Extra warning that I don't normally give. Did I do a bad thing? All right, I think this is a Fountain of Renewal out matchup. Maybe just randomly gaining points of life is okay if they're burning us out. Kind of like most of these cards. I think I want all the contempts for both their planeswalkers and like their crackling drakes and stuff. And trimming Discovery, I think that's probably fine. Yeah, I agree. The rapid concessions for Modern need to happen less here because there's more ability to come back in this format. This format has a lot more play to it. Nectar, thank you for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. It's good. If it's a 3rd land on curve, it's very good with Thief on the play. And even if it doesn't, the treasure map should hopefully help us dig for it. Perfect. Yeah, I agree. Extras. I think we probably lose that regardless, but I definitely wasn't dead on that attack. I miss Beaumont Courage, Grand Peep Scrounger. Where are the good cards that punish people for playing sweet things? This format sucks. Is this connecting? All right, good game. This card is a great example of a card that's just like, it's uniquely powerful and it helps you punish how people tend to sideboard in matches like this. Like, this is a card that it like, normally in these more controlling mirrors, like, people want to cut their removal, and Thief of Sanity punishes them for doing that.
I can no longer stand by and watch. Not so fast.
I miss Strodlands. Man, do I just take Search? Do I want a Drake or do I want a Search? I probably want the Drake, right? I'm gonna take the Drake. I want to kill them. Oh, I guess I only have one. I've got one. It's fine. It'll be fine. Are we Trod? We've casted card and 1 and 2 had artifacts. So, for people that know, I saw someone ask, what is the punt command and why is it auto time people out? So, a lot of other Magic channels have created this culture of when a streamer makes a mistake, people think it's funny to laugh and point at it. and just spam this punt command. Punt means someone made a mistake, basically, is what it comes down to. And on this channel, I like my chat, even when have more people in stream, to tend to be more constructive than that. Help me grow, help me learn, help other people in chat learn from mistakes. So it's okay to point out mistakes and talk about why they were mistakes. But just typing !punt in chat and being haha they made a mistake, that's not like helpful or constructive or useful. So to encourage people to be helpful and constructive, we time them out when they're not. And again, one of the things I think you often hear a lot of people say, like, you know, you can't have constructive large Twitch chats. And I think if with rules that are appropriately enforced, you can, in fact, have a constructive Twitch chat even when we have 1,000 people in here. Am I activating this? I think so. Like looking for another Contempt here. I wonder if I want some Eldest Reborns in my 75 for this matchup. Hey, Liquefied Vapor, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Thankfully, we've got like mono Tefris out of our opponent's deck here, so we've got that going for us. So we're gonna do the old Tefri tuck your div, take your div with Thief of Sanity.
Right on schedule.
The tuck and take has become a tried and true method of getting ahead here. I'm honestly impressed we're still playing Magic. Thief has single-handedly won the game. Siege Gang Commander. It's a sweet one. It's a shame I'm gonna play a Niv next turn and kill all your goblins. Bet you never saw that one coming. How could you possibly know I'd take your Niv miss it? Oh wait. Oh wait. Can we kill them? That's a good question. So we're gonna hit them for 2. This would be 3. This would be 4, 5. I don't think we can kill them. I'm just gonna mow down the goblins. You can see here an example of Magic Arena's clock system. So my opponent has saved up these 2 timeouts in order to be able to give themselves time to think or AFK here for a second. And then when they burn through these timeouts, it's gonna auto pass priority on them. I think this is a rage timeout. I mean, this is game 2, right? We lost game 1. I used my timeouts to run downstairs and grab the delivery I ordered. God bless.
Hurry.
Seems like some tater salad for sure. I'm gonna use my treasure cove. Sack this. Shoot the siege gang commander. Then I'm gonna put a stop on my end step here. And I'm gonna go ahead and move to the end step. And Teferi's going to untap my treasure cove. And then my treasure cove's gonna sack this other clue, kill the siege gang commander. Thief can steal lands, but you can't play lands. So you take a card every time, but you can't play land cards out. Do you think there's a viable version of this deck that is blue-white instead of blue-black? Yeah, I think so, actually. So, I actually had someone submit a blue-white version that's in the queue. If you want to scroll down, it's not my iteration on it, but someone else submitted something. It looks pretty reasonable. Am I planning on doing any standard articles? Yeah, I've written a number of standard articles already, Extreme Gamer. You can find them. Find my articles here every week. Also linked to my website. Any thoughts to a few Psi in the main deck? I don't think so. I don't think we have enough actual artifacts in our main deck to warrant playing Psi. Yeah, they just gave up. They conceded the match. And I don't think Amber's particularly good. The number of legendaries you need for Amber to be good is like absurd. There aren't enough cheap legendaries for it to exist. And it's really good. The old turn 1 modern staple Fountain of Renewal. So what formats am I best known for? So I've been streaming Magic off and on this channel for the better part of 4 years. I've been streaming full time since the beginning of the year, and up until Standard recently rotated, I streamed basically nothing but Modern on this channel. We played a little bit of like Legacy here and there, but mostly Modern is what I've been known for. Oh geez. Oh geez. Whale poop. I guess I take the Nexus of Fate. This is probably a bad game 1 matchup for us. But as for my Magic, I should probably there's so many new people to Magic with Arena coming in, I should probably put some of my Magic background in the video description, or in my channel description. I have a number of large event top 8s, like 100,000 person style events from the SCG Open Series from forever ago. Between 2014 and 2016, I traveled a bunch to play in a lot of their tournaments. I qualified for 2 of their 3 Players Championships tournaments when that was something that they were doing every year. Nexus does shuffle in, yeah, but Nexus, like, it's gonna be a card that they need to draw. You think we could use Thief of Sanity in the blue-black operative shell? I think 100 and 1,000 person events, hundreds of people and thousands of people, different numbers separate. The reason why I don't think Thief of Sanity is good in the blue-black operative shell is because in that shell, you, what's the word I'm searching for? In the blue-black operative shell, because you have blood operative, people are leaving in cheap removal against you. And I guess more recently, I top 8'd the individual open I played this year, and then I top 16 the team tournament I played this year. So not to be just mono old fogey, I have some recent success as well. I just like play this other Karn and down tick, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, if you click on this first one, untap, upkeep, draw, it stops during the upkeep and draw steps. There's just one spot here for all 3. that 2 extras, that's great. Like, if people are like, these events are so easy, anybody can win them, it's like, all right, well, they pay a good amount of money, so if they're really easy and anybody can win, why don't you show up and make a bunch of money? Because if they're as easy as you imply, you should very easily be able to turn playing SCG events into your job. If you could, like, you know, make $1,000 to $5,000 every weekend, like, you know, that's 20 grand a month. That's a pretty good living. I'll never understand the mindset. You've seen that with people coming from Magic Online, with Arena too. People who feel the need. I don't think I want another Karn. I think I'm going to start upticking this one. People who feel the need to crap on Arena because it's different than Magic Online, and like they want to make themselves feel superior by putting down what something someone else is playing. Yeah.
Are you certain of your decision?
Well, in SCG's defense, Standard's been very bad for a very long time. I've liked Standard when it is good, but there's a reason why I haven't streamed Standard on this channel until this rotation happened. Okay, so this is kind of punishing. So I should have attacked with all of these, then that wouldn't have protected them for a turn. So my sequencing here is bad. Monster, thank you for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for being played here. Magic Arena is better than watching Paper Magic, and it's infinitely better than watching Magic Online. They didn't have 4 mana up. Theoretically, you want to play around Settle the Wreckage, but the fact that he didn't have 4 mana up made that mostly irrelevant. So that was just a mistake on my part. I should have attacked with everything.
Show remorse. I'll show respect. Hold that thought.
So it's not necessarily even that guilds and the new set made Standard better, Zap, so much that once a year 4 Magic sets stop being Standard legal and they rotate out, and two blocks of Magic sets that were very, very miserable rotated out. So not only does this set have a lot of good cards in it, but old sets that were terrible to play with left. No, I don't think that's true, Garks. I think the idea that every good Magic player wants to be able to gamble like a degenerate while playing Magic to practice is silly. The thing that a lot of those people talk about with EV is they're meaning that Magic Online is basically online gambling for people that aren't familiar with it, which allows them to grind value and turn it into real world money. Cards like Tezzeret, Scarab God, Beaumont Courier, Scrap Peep Scrounger, these are all very obnoxious cards that were very difficult to answer and not enjoyable to play with or against, in my opinion. It's actually funny too, like the current Magic World Champion, for people that don't keep up with things like this, he posted that for the Grand Prix he top 8'd this past weekend, he did most of his testing on Arena because it was more fun to play Arena because it was like an actual video game, and it was more fun to play Arena for him, and he could play games faster on Arena. And that's honestly the biggest thing about Arena. If you're a competitive player, you probably value your time. Being able to play games quickly on this application is a big deal as a competitive player. My couple of sequencing mistakes here could really cost us. It could give them the velocity they need to win this game. They top 8'd GP Lily.
Slow this down. We need to move quickly.
Yeah, and honestly, so the ladder system in Arena right now is currently a hot mess, right? But once they get the ladder system figured out, and you'll be able to like play against people of similar skill levels once you get to the top of the ladder. A ladder system that's implemented appropriately is actually much better for testing than than playing random league matches on Magic Online. From a streamer's point of view, don't you make less money on Arena? Nope. My average amount of people I have, Cheesy Pie Gaming, thank you for the 11-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And a little Coyote, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here with that this month. My viewer count while streaming Arena is significantly higher, which leads to more subs, which leads to more advertising dollars. So my goal while streaming isn't to grind random Magic Online points. In fact, if my goal was grinding Magic Online points, I wouldn't stream, because my win rate while streaming is anywhere from 10 to 20% lower, because I'm basically playing Magic while distracted, right? Like about notifications popping up, like very wonderful Gauchos325, thank you for the brand new Prime support. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into it.
Sorry I'm late. Keep up the pace.
Keep up the pace. Yeah, my Arena numbers have been consistently pushing 1,600 as my peaks for when I'm streaming Arena, and even more than that on occasion. And my Magic Online numbers like usually barely break 12 to 1,400. Arena is also more pleasant to watch. I agree. Not only because of like the Twitch integrations, but lots of other things as well. Like just the effects and the flashiness is good. If I exile the Tefreeze, they don't have a win con. No, they usually have an actual win con in their deck. That actually doesn't do anything. You think Arena will ever replace printed MTG? Nope. I think it will. I think it's definitely going to supplement it though. I have 2 copies of Field of Rune in my deck to possibly burn down this Azcanta. So let's start by drawing with Tezzeret. What does Arena give you when you start? I have no idea. I gave Arena my credit card and I haven't looked back. I come to this channel to hear Karn mouth off. God bless. LGSs should not be mad at Arena. If WotC handles things appropriately, Arena will bring more people into Paper Magic, making the LGSs more successful. There's no reason that Paper Magic and Digital Magic can't be super integrated. Digital Magic should make you excited to play Paper Magic and vice versa. Don't mind me, just killing this Tefri. That's the third one down. There's another Contempt in exile. I'm gonna go ahead and just down tick this card and grab this last Contempt now.
What was lost is now returned.
I think I'm gonna hold on to this for the time being. I don't think I'm really digging for anything in particular at the moment. Yeah, I agree, Nickthos. Arena's the reason I'm going to a Grand Prix next month for the first time in 2 years. If I hadn't started playing Standard on Arena and really been enjoying it, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be going to the Grand Prix next month. The reason I'm going to the Grand Prix is because I've been enjoying playing Arena. Bye, friends. What was the last GP I went to? There was a Modern Grand Prix in Indianapolis, I think in 2016. I think.
Allow me to introduce you to a friend of mine.
My device is finished. As as are you.
I don't really want either of those. I actually just like looking for discard spells, right? Looking for like discard spells in Karn. So many Karns am I through? Sweet. I have to discard a card out of my hand. That's not a big deal. Probably been a removal spell here. Yeah, I think MTGO will eventually become a way to play Legacy, Modern, and Cube. And if Legacy, Modern, and Cube existing on Magic Online keeps Magic Online profitable enough, they will keep maintaining it. But no, I shuffled with Field of Ruin, so my deck's been shuffled. Alright, what am I walking into? Yep. Cube is basically a custom limited format. Yep. Okay. So I think I'm plussing Karn, and then I'm gonna plus Tezzeret, and then play another Tezzeret here. I have no idea, Neil Drox. I'm really bad at predicting the future, so I don't try to do it. They said they'll have a solution announced publicly by next fall. Our best estimate is that they're going to announce a new non-rotating format, because Morrow has been on the record saying that we're due for a new non-rotating format. So if we can find another discard spell here, that would be great.
One step behind.
Alright, not a discard spell, but that's fine. Hey, Jimmy the Kudos, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Nobody wants extended. Nobody wants a new rotating format. So I have 2 Thought Erasures left in my deck, and I have 1 Field of Ruin left in my deck. They have plenty of mana here. Do they have enough mana to Nexus and activate Azcanta? They do. We could actually lose here. We could actually be dead here if they keep they could start chaining they have a card in their deck. That's funny. Hey, Wafu Gate, thank you for the host. I appreciate that. Welcome to folks coming over from there. We're hanging out playing some Standard today. We're doing Standard on Arena all day today. Yeah, you can look at what cards are left in my deck on the overlay too, which is A+. All right, they have a Karn going, and they drew another Nexus of Fate, so we could die here. Yeah, Unmoored Ego would be okay here, but like I think it's kind of narrow. Like, you know what else is going to be really good here? You know what would have won us this game? If, like, all of these sweepers and stupid removal spells were, like, Negates, Disdainful Strokes, and Duresses, right? So, like, once that's the case, we'll be fine. Hey, Acrylis, thank you very much for the 4-month reset there. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed with that, and welcome back. Hey, Tinker Josh, thank you very much for the Prime support. Welcome. Alright, so that makes a 1-1.
A previous choice.
I think if they have a land here, I'm dead, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give them this. So, if they have seventh, an untapped land tier, Nexus of Fate, like, I'm just gonna concede. Discovery is actually very good, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep that on top.
know how this ends.
I actually don't know if they played a land. They might have. I'm going to be honest and say I wasn't keeping track. I've played Rainbow Lich before and I know how the auto tapper works. Alright, so let's attack and see if they're dead. I assume they have a root snare. Karn's the win con. Eventually they take infinite turns, and then Karn kills us. I had an okay run while I played in the SCG events. I am in slightly above average player. By no mean one of the greats, but I have an okay win rate. Yeah, we can tempt Karn. What's in my exile here? Drowned Catacomb. Am I just supposed to plus Karn again here? Probably.
I'll make use of that later.
Yeah, they get Nexus as the last card in their deck, basically. This is actually that's not quite useful because we're 1 mana short here of being able to crack this and play a discard spell this turn. It's unfortunate. I'd like to thank everyone for dropping in today. Pretty awesome that we've got 1,700 people in here. That was a bit of a slug. Let's get our cards in that like all right. So I wasn't gonna chill again so soon, but Arena's taking a quick nap. So thanks everyone for hanging out. I'm gonna give Arena a boot here. If you're new, my name's Jeff Hogan. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here 30, 40, 50 hours a week. We do a ton of standard on Arena. We also play a ton of modern on Magic Online. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to the channel or checking out some of my wonderful sponsors. Cool Stuff Inc. buys and sells physical Magic the Gathering cards. You can save 5% on your orders there with code Jeff5. BCWsupplies.com. I'd love to help you protect your cards with wonderful sleeves, deck box, and all sorts of other great things. You can save 10% on your orders there by using code Jeff10. And of course, Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. All right, Arena is up for mid-start naps. That was a quick digital, quick shill while we do that. That was a concession there, because they were seeing enough cards per turn at that point that they were going to be able to consistently grab their copy of Nexus of Fate out of their deck while plussing their card and then eventually win the game. Compass doesn't have a text box here. Hallowed Fountain just I have enough sponsors on this stream that I have 2 shill banners pages, so I don't like ad breaks that are too long because then you lose people, but it's important to plug the sponsors because they pay the bills. I think this is good. This seems reasonable. Seems okay. Like, I'm not super excited to have Fountain of Renewal in my deck, but it at least cantrips. Scripture for Carnage. I mean, Karn tokens beat Carnage Tyrant. Like, Karn tokens beat Carnage Tyrant. How does sponsor money compare to the Twitch money? So because Magic on average tends to have a little bit lower viewer base than some of the bigger games on Magic, my sponsor money ends up being probably somewhere around like 10 to maybe 20% of my income on good months when I have a lot of people, I have a lot of referrals to use on some of my codes, but the bulk of my income is from subscriptions for sure on Twitch. Like, I think I would estimate that Magic probably has one of the higher sub to viewer ratios compared to other games. Like my subscriber count is consistently higher than my average concurrent viewer count. Although maybe if Arena's going to keep picking up, that'll stop being the case. It's awesome having this many people in here. This hand's really good. It needs to hit some land drops. We've got Thought Erasure, Discovery, and Treasure Map to all help us do that. Cornholio, when you resub, you need to refresh your browser page to send the notification through. So there could be an argument to playing the Thought Erasure here, but the flip side is these discard spells can get more valuable as the game gets later, giving my opponent more chances to draw the cards I actually care about taking. So I might want to wait on the Thought Erasure until a turn where they're closer to like casting their Teferi, one of their more impactful planeswalkers. think I'm just gonna go ahead and Discovery here, just like digging for land in Karn. Because like Karn's our best way to win this game. Do I want to ditch double Contempt? I think so. I think I have enough counters and discard spells at this point. And like, I'm sure we're just gonna like flood out and die now and feel really bad that I ditched those, but I think it's correct to bin those there. Nice, engineer. Congrats. And condolences. Ooh, that's rough. Getting punished for my decision to not play the Thought Erasure here. I'm gonna play Karn and Plus here, mostly because Karn Plussing generally finds lands and I need land drops. And then next turn we can Thought Erasure plus hold Negate up.
My retribution will be swift.
Ooh, that's really good. Spot check here, see what's up. So, the way my hand is currently structured, I think I just take this Cleansing Nova and then like jam this Thief of Sanity down their throat.
I'll make use of that later.
Fog does stop that effect, but them burning Fog so we can't Thief of Sanity every single turn is just like a win for us in general.
A curious choice.
This is pretty good for us. Karn's got a lot of goodies to go get now. I'm just gonna give them a window to play a Planeswalker here, I think, so I can like start defending my Karn.
Look at all this nature.
They need to draw like Teferi this turn, and if they draw Teferi exactly this turn, I have things in play to pressure it. So I'm gonna start by down ticking this and grabbing my Thought Erasure. I've not ulted Tezz. Tezz is basically just like draw 2 cards on a stick. He just like does that over and over and over again. Honestly, I might just take the Fog here since I have the Negate to beat the first time walk, because I'm pretty likely to find more answers to the other Nexus of Fate in the next couple of turns, right? And like, even if they go land time walk here, that's like not even that bad for us.
Let's see how you respond to genius.
Let's see how you respond to genius. Always so humble, Planeswalkers. Alright, I think I'm just gonna burn through my deck here. Perfect. Why bin Vraska there? Because I have the Negate. I have most things covered. And this game's like going like almost exactly how I expected to go post-board. Like we turned all of our cards that were bad into like cards that have text boxes basically. And we're just like putting them deeply in the ground. All right. Who's ready to cast some of their Nexus of Fates?
Brilliance comes easily to me.
So Thief of Sanity in there. No, I think I 10 out of 10 cast the Nexus of Fates. Like...
Some solutions
Karn
must
token's gonna be very large. Yeah. The deck feels like it has a lot of play to it. You've got a lot of good answers to a lot of different things. Well, the problem is playing the other Karn meant I had to lose the treasure tokens, Tom, which makes my construct smaller. Yeah, like, a lot of these Planeswalkers, they draw 1 extra card per turn, right? Like, when Tezzeret gets going, he draws 2, which is very, very strong. How many more matches do I think I'm going to do with this deck? Probably 1 more after this one. It seems fine. It's got our colors, it's got a Thought Erasure. Because they have Knight in their board, I'm going to be a little bit more proactive this time about using the Thought Erasure, I think. Just so like they don't like randomly play a 4-3 and beat us to death. You got a little too cheeky with this last time. Man, that's a lot of win conditions. Nope, I can stay right there. Yeah, we got him. They actually missed. They actually missed. Yeah, bye, friend. I like when discard spells can take lands. I like when discard spells can take lands. It's not bad. Yeah, Karn is a card that generates card advantage for you and is able to keep its health total high. So like it draws you cards even if it's the worst of the 2 cards on top of your deck, while also distracting your opponent into playing this Planeswalker minigame of like pressuring your card. What's your opinion on putting a single Banefire with the treasure tokens used as a finisher? It might be okay. I don't know. I don't know that like we need that tool against control necessarily. I think mainboarding Disdainful Stroke is greedy and silly. I think people mainboarding Disdainful Stroke is how mono red and mono blue made it to the finals of the Grand Prix. What's going on, Gara? Yeah, Hoaglandia is a thriving nation. Thriving Twitch nation. I'm gonna go ahead and crack this against control. Alright, our plan of drawing spells with this hand has so far not come through to fruition. This is another matchup, so decks like this one are going to really struggle against control decks game 1, especially because we have a lot of Phyrexian Scriptures and cast downs and stuff like that in our deck that don't really have text boxes in this matchup. They have like double strike here. Teferi, okay. I'm gonna tuck Tezzeret in.
Right on schedule.
Tezzeret already cantrips, like if they tuck him in, that's fine. It's not a big deal. I'll get to Contempt this. Put a stop on my upkeep for next turn, because you can see Teferi's next one down, so we'll go ahead and scry on my upkeep so we can draw Tezzeret and play it for the turn. What's your opinion on the new Ral in the standard environment? I think Ral's very good. I think even in I think more Jeskai decks should consider playing Ral. I think he's very reasonable. Compass is reasonable in the aggressive matchups, and it's also decent in the control matchups because it helps you hit land drops. So it's great actually against decks like the opponents when they have access to things like Crackling Drake and the Phoenix, because it's a card that like helps you hit land drops early that then turns into a pseudo removal spell late, which is great. It is not up. My blog posts go up on Wednesdays around 11 a.m. Central. Will we see you in any costume shorts? Go down, Mr. Maple Syrup. I think I might leave my owl costume on for part of my late stream tomorrow night. We do arena in the evenings tomorrow, so we're gonna take the kids trick-or-treating, then I'm gonna stream after that. Amethy, thank you for the 7-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Let's slow this down.
Stop tucking my planeswalkers.
This quite yet.
Yeah, I guess that's a good consideration. Like the Thopter could kill Teferi. Like they're already through one Teferi, but maybe that's a good consideration. I agree. Arena is a lot more fun than Magic Online. I was about I was about to stop streaming yesterday, and the people were like, you should just play a couple of arena matches. I was like, all right, sure. And then like suddenly it was 3 hours later and I was about to be done streaming. It's like, no, we've been playing arena for 3 hours. It's just like, where did the time go? What do I do to relax off stream since you play Magic as a job? I am what you would classify as a complete and total degenerate. I play Magic for fun as well.
We need to move quickly.
This stream is in no way sponsored or endorsed by Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast is not my biggest fan, apparently. Playing Magic for fun as well gets bits. Thank you, Negative. Oh, I promote the crap out of their software. I'm okay at what I do. Is this going to be a giant explosion? We could see a giant explosion here. The Azure Gateway implies that they're playing Eli Cassis's 4X explosion deck. So they can actually explosion for 6 here. Submitted a Dino deck, yep. Yeah, there's, if you go to the deck queue on my website, I think there's 2 or 3 different Dino iterations on there. Yeah, this gets rid of my Tezz too, because my Tezz is in exile. Yeah, I foobarred this game up. The suggestion in chat that I should have plus the Tezz to play around Teferi tucking was a really good one. That's one I want to keep in mind in the future for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and move to the post-board game. I give a lot of very critical feedback when Wizards of the Coast does something that I think is poor. I try to be constructive when I do it, but I don't think that that's well received from them. which is their prerogative. They're allowed to do that. I don't have ego in the sideboard. I think just like playing a mix of counter spells and discard spells is fine. No, it's just someone new asking if this was a sponsored stream if we had codes. It is not. So the what's it called? The Azure Gateway implies that they're not playing creatures, so I'm gonna trim my compasses and probably trim one renewal here. This is our last match with the deck. We've been playing it for almost an hour and a half now. I think this is good. I'm gonna go ahead and run it. I think the critical point that game, our draw was below average, but I think the critical point that game was when I didn't make the Thopter with the Tezzeret the second time, so that way I could pressure the Teferi after it tucked it. Hand doesn't have any pressure in it, but it's got some disruption, so let's run it. I'm not gonna play the Duress on 1 because ideally I want to use the Duress before I resolve a very critical spell. One of the ways you can pressure these control decks into making your cards resolve is to generate double spell turns through which they need to answer 2 things. I am, however, gonna play Thought Erasure here proactively because not only does Thought Erasure help sculpt my draw, but it also costs 2 mana, which makes it harder to generate a double spell turn down the line. It's a lot of expansion. I guess I'm just taking Teferi here, right? I'm gonna leave Karn on top. Yeah, I have a good turn on Orcish Veteran. In fact, before Arena kicked off and we had sponsor streams bringing a lot of large people, I was consistently one of the second or third highest people streaming Magic. And now even with a lot of, let's call them adult streamers or real streamers, whatever you want to call them, like Savitz and Nox, who pull in huge amounts of viewers, which is awesome for Magic. I still consistently have, you know, I'm somewhere in the top 10 for people that stream Magic still. Which is good. Magic's growing as a game on Twitch, which is good for people like me, right? Like Magic being more represented on Twitch is great for someone that wants to do this as a job. My current arena collection cost me in the neighborhood of $1,100. That's a divination. Same amount of viewers he had on Hearthstone, and he's keeping the same number of subscribers. Yep. Like, viewer count for Magic's always been kind of low, but like, I can't really complain about my subscriber count, right? Like, I've been close to or above 2,000 subs for a little while now, which is truly awesome. This game feels pretty done. The opponent stumbled for too long here. The no-fly list are basically decks that I think don't produce good content. And the no-fly list aren't decks that I won't play in general. They're decks that I won't play for $10. You think there is a potential for Arena to hurt paper sales Magic and affect LGSs? Not if Wizards of the Coast knows what they're doing. In fact, if Wizards of the Coast knows what they're doing, Arena will help grow paper Magic and help LGSs. Do you know how easy it would be for Wizards of the Coast to be like, hey, every time you go play FNM, you get a free draft on Arena, or you get a free constructed event on Arena, or you get a free rare wild card on Arena. Like, that would be, it would cost them basically nothing to do that, right? Like, those types of connections are very, very good and would be good for the game and LGSs. Yeah, like, could you imagine that? Free 1 rare wild card on Arena every time you go to FNM. Like, people would show up to the LGS. People love free stuff. People love free stuff, and that's like such a little thing to give, right? All right, so what am I doing here? I think I have all my land set up, which makes getting the treasure map going faster less appealing. I think I want a discovery to try and find a discard spell so I can discard spell into Thief to kind of clear the way for my Thief of Sanity to potentially take over the game. I'm gonna do this. Go dig in. looking for lands at the moment. I have enough lands to get to Karn, which should be plenty for now. You could just literally put F&M promos in Arena, and every time you go to F&M, you get the F&M promo on Arena. All right, you have an answer? Oh no! Oh, that's so good against us. Holy crap. I mean, I guess I'm happy that it's on... I guess I'm happy that it's on Thief instead of a Planeswalker, but that's brutal. Woof. Woof, that is incredibly good against us. Maybe I'm supposed to hold up this turn. We're just gonna get Teferied out of the game. Yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to like treasure map plus hold up stroke. Yeah, I think that was a punt. Oh, I could make a dude for Teferi. God bless. Better lucky than good. Yeah, I agree. I should have either gone treasure map plus hold up stroke there or Karn down tick. I was worried about getting him lightning struck with the Karn down tick, but post board that's a lot less likely to happen. Yeah, this is my fault. Like, it sucks that they had 2 Teferis in the top 13 cards of their deck, but when you want to get better at playing Magic, the thing you need to focus on is not how your opponent drew, because you can't impact what your opponent drew. The only thing you can do is impact on what you did with your cards, and I definitely think I mismanaged my resources this game. If I would have sequenced slightly better, I would have put myself in a better spot to be able to win that game. And games like that, positions like that, I hear a lot of people complain. Like, I cruise through the Magic Arena subreddit, and I see a lot of people complaining about control decks on there. That position I was just in where I conceded, people constantly ask why I conceded there. That game, we are probably single-digit percentages to win with my opponent untapping with that Tezzeret and that Azure Gateway. That Teferi and that Azure Gateway. You could slog it out and be miserable for that single-digit percentage. Like, my health total's not 0, but the game is over. I'm very unlikely to win, and I might as... Ooh, Mythic wild card. I might as well just, like, move along with my life. Ooh, a Temple Garden that turns into 1/100th or 1/3000th of Evolve Progress. That's exciting. All right, blue-black artifacts. I don't know. I feel like there's something here. Honestly, my big takeaway from playing those matches is that treasure map plus Karn feels like an incredibly powerful engine. Like, this card is playable on its own, I think, and this card is playable on its own, and together they're very good because treasure map alone makes Karn's -2 very powerful. And I think any deck that can make Karn's -2 be a playable effect just like has to be pretty reasonably good. So yeah, I think I want to explore some other shells with treasure map and Karn. I don't even know if you necessarily need Tezzeret with it, but I think these 2 cards together are definitely, if you're looking for an avenue to explore in Standard that hasn't been fully explored yet, I think treasure map and Karn's a reasonable way to do that. Some people mentioned about blue-white. Yeah, there's a build of blue-white in the donation queue. I had someone submit that yesterday that's got Karn, Tezzeret, and Teferi in it, so you get all 3 planeswalkers going. All right, what are we playing next? 5-color Lich, everybody's favorite. This is the hot deck of the weekend, right? Ollie's been putting up, going places.